And I'm just starting a few minutes early. Give people some time to join us before we get started. As usual, I have tons of news to share. I feel like having news to share is just a normal thing now, par for the course. Um, so I've got a couple of things to share, and then we can do I'll read out the featured announcements, and then we'll get moving. You know, one thing I will say is going live as often as I have and having this vertical view. Oh, my desk is a mess. Like all those wires down there are driving me nuts right now. I have to figure out a way to clean up my desk so that no matter what angle it's pointing to, it looks at least halfway decent. I understand they're not going to give us the ability to stream from our desktops yet, but I would love the ability for me to stream uh, horizontally instead of vertically. Just for that reason alone, I would love to be able to turn my camera um, and not have it look like a hot mess. Hopefully you guys can hear me and I'm not talking to myself also. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do a walkthrough of my office, an official walkthrough this week. This week? This is a new week, right? Today's Monday? Yeah. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna be doing that someday this week, maybe tomorrow. I still have a few things I need to clean up, and the shelving behind me needs to be cleaned up as well. But let me flip my camera around. You see all of my tarot cards behind me? Let me just turn my screen. Oh, sorry for that jittery thing there. Okay. Hold on one second. That was fast. I'm gonna try to move the camera a bit back from me there. I think that's better. Oh, I look a mess. Okay. Um, okay, that will have to do. I'm looking at myself on a different screen. Okay, I like that better. Um, okay, let's get started with the uh, different news that I have for the day. Let's get to it. My weekly notes. All right, let's start with the biggest news of the day, which I'm so excited about. I've been working on it all weekend. Um, and what's so crazy is I want to show you rather than tell you. So hold on one second while I bring it up and flip the camera back to my monitor. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of maneuvering again. So, what you are feasting your eyes upon here is the Top in Fiction YouTube page. So, the first announcement that I have is that Top in Fiction is now on YouTube. We have an official YouTube channel. We also are Top in Fiction Weekly Live podcast. So I'm doing the podcast through YouTube, not through Substack. There's a reason for that. If you really want me to go into the minutia on why I'm not doing the podcast through Substack, I can. But for now, let me just say there is a podcast. I don't know how quickly it will show up on things like Spotify, but what I wanted to show you specific to the um, the podcast is if I open a video, I'm not going to play it. I want to show you the descriptions at the bottom. So if you look here, you will see that not only are we on here, but all of the featured stories are here, are listed here. If you were featured, you're listed here with a link. So, um, and this will be every week now. I'm up to, I think I've done weeks 1 through 8. Week 9 is up there, but I don't have the clickable links yet. I'll be adding that as I go. So hopefully by the time I come back to you for week number 13 next week, Monday, we will be up to date. So every Monday, this will be updated. The video will be here, and all of the featured stories and their clickable links will be here. So I'm hoping that this will help us reach a broader and a broader audience by being on YouTube. So yeah, I spent most of the weekend. Oh, the pole that I use to hold my phone up is like really sturdy. Really sturdy. Okay. Um, All right, so that's the first bit of announcement I wanted to share. There is also the monthly recap is also there, and the annual, the 2024 annual recap is on our channel as well. It's just not connected to the podcast. The podcast will only be the weekly stories. It will not include the monthly recap or the annual recap, but there is a playlist for them. So I think you can. I use YouTube a lot, but I don't know all of the nuances. But I think you can like follow the playlist. So there's a playlist for the monthly recaps, and there is the actual Top in Fiction weekly live podcast that is also there on the Top in Fiction channel. And like I said, um, oh, I did not consider the fact that I was going to have a post automatically. I wrote a post and it just automatically went out to everyone right at this moment. I saw the notification. Okay, that distracted me. Um, but yeah, so you will be able to subscribe. Please do subscribe. Um, please do share the YouTube channel. I want to try to get as many subscribers as possible. This is going to be the first time that I'm really attempting to do a YouTube channel. I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel. My hope is I'm going to be able to do um, interviews and other type things that will also go on the YouTube channel that may or may not be a Substack Live. I don't know yet. But for now, everything that we do on Substack Live through Top and Fiction will get housed somewhere, some way on our YouTube channel. So yeah, so make sure you subscribe and all of that good stuff so that way the channel can grow. You guys can get even more readers now because we're going to be on YouTube. And I've always wanted to say down in the description below, there are clickable links for all of the featured stories that I mention in these weeklies are going to be down there. And they'll also be there for the monthly recap as well. So any stories that I read out loud for the title, the writer, and all of that jazz, those links will also be down there as well. Okay, so that's the first bit of news that I want wanted to share. The next thing is I want to remind everyone that we do have a Top and Fiction Discord server. I don't know if when I announced it, I made it as clear as possible that it is for everyone. It is for both readers and writers. The point of the Discord, once it grows, once it gets bigger, is to incorporate things like microzine with doing prompts and writing, incorporate things like workshops to help with your writing, to help formulate little sprint groups and all of these little things, but for readers as well, because I want to be able to share the PDFs. If you've noticed, they have not been in the emails. I am pulling them from the emails. They're still being created. I am still going to do the magazine, but I'm hoping to give it more of a unique want and feel by not having it sent to you every week in the free Monday email. So they do still exist. I am still creating them. I have simply removed them from the emails. You will be able to, at the end of the year, like I did for last year, purchase the 2025 annual recap, which is going to be all of those PDFs that I used to share with some other things as well. I'm hoping to include things like other fiction stories, etc., to kind of give a feel for what a top and fiction magazine will look like. But aside from that, I want you guys to please join the Discord server. I know Discord is, some people know it, some people don't. Just think of it like a way to connect with the community, but in real time. Whereas Substack Notes is great for building community, it's difficult to have a real time conversation. Even using the DM feature, I find is not as real time as I would like, especially because with the DM feature, it's only a one to one conversation. If you want to have a conversation with a full group of people, using a service like Discord is the best way that I've found to do it. Places like Slack and other things of that nature are just not as sturdy and um, as well established as I would like. Discord is um, the best platform that I've found to use for this type of collaboration and community building. So we do have a Discord. The Discord link to join, the invite link, and the YouTube link is to find the YouTube channel will be in today's email. And those two things, I've created a brand new banner. The banner I think looks cool for both the YouTube, where it says that Top and Fiction is on YouTube and Top and Fiction is on Discord. I think they both look really cute and cool. They will be included in every email that Top and Fiction sends at the bottom of the email so that people will always see it, find it, be able to click on it, and join as necessary. Okay, so a couple of future things that are happening with lives on Top and Fiction. The first one I want to mention is this Friday. I can't believe it's this Friday already, but this Friday we are doing our first Top and Fiction sociable. So if you remember, I've been talking about this sociable where a group of us will just randomly come together, be on Substack Live, and read fiction to you. Um, each story will be, I believe the cap is 1,500 words. So each story will be under that amount. So it'll take about around 5 minutes for them, for each person to read their story and then to have maybe some Q&A after. There's going to be 2 time slots. I'm doing it based on my time zone just because I want to, for the first one, I don't want to leave it in anyone else's hands. So I will be present for each one. I will invite each person to come on. They will come on, they will read their story, and then they will hang around for a little bit while we, talk about it. So that will happen this Friday. Today, hopefully by the end of the day, I will have a graphic that will tell you who's going to be participating in the sociable and the time slots for each person to be participating. Like I said, there are 2 time slots. There's going to be one in the morning and then one in the late afternoon. Um, I think we have 8 people for the morning time slot and 4 for the afternoon time slot. I'll have to reconfirm that. It might actually be 4 and 3. I can't remember, but there's going to be a good number of us coming on to read, and I might even read something. I technically hadn't planned on reading anything, but maybe I'll read one or two of my 100-word stories that I really like. So this Friday, mark your calendars to either be present for um, all of the readings, some of the readings, whatever the case may be. But I hope to see you there. Um, the next thing I want to talk about is April 2nd. April 2nd is the third Top and Fiction monthly recap, but from the first one and the second one, I've had a special guest on, and I want to try to continue that pattern of having someone come on with me, just to talk about things that are writing related. In this case, the Shane and I are going to nerd out on our love of interior design of books. So I issued a challenge to him to come on with me, and he's going to pick his favorite interior design book. I'm going to pick my favorite. We're going to discuss it, share it, show it off, and then we're going to break down and dissect the book that he helped put together, which is The Midnight Vault. So he's going to give us some insider insight. We're going to really go in and go deep on this and on the books that we each choose to show off as well for what we look for and what we like about interior design of books. As a self publisher, um, as someone who self publishes my work, I love looking at the interior, just the way it's put together, the way the pages are formatted. Those little nuances are the difference between being able to tell when a book is self-published versus when a book is professionally published by, the top five. So if you want to look like the top five, you need to look at the books that the top five are publishing and see what they're doing, how they're doing it, and try to mimic it as best and as close as you can. And that's something that I've been doing now for the last 10 to 15 years. So when I discovered that Shane has the same love and passion of interior design of books, so he and I are going to come on April 2nd. We're going to have that discussion. But first, I will do the monthly recap. I will tell you who the featured stories are, and then we'll transition, and Shane will come on with me, and we'll nerd out for however long we want to nerd out. There's no real time cap on that. We'll just talk until we have nothing more to say. Um, and then lastly, I want to mention the top in fiction disruption. So the next disruption is going to be April 22nd. Usually this is a surprise thing. I don't like to say that we're doing a disruption. The whole point of it is that we disrupt our normal flowetry and I just push out something that you weren't expecting. In this case, I am announcing that we are helping and assisting Claudia Beffu and Julie Gabrielli, who are doing an event for Earth Day. So they've got dozens of fiction writers and they are running this event 100%. I am simply going to create an email post similar to what I did when the Midnight Vault last November did their uh, the Substack zone, and I created an email post listing all the stories and everything like that. So that's going to happen. But on top of that, we are also going to go live. So this will be the first live disruption. The first Top in Fiction live disruption is going to happen. I don't remember if we're doing the 21st or the 22nd, but one of those days I'm going to come on. They're going to join me, and we're going to have a roundtable discussion on Earth Day, on the stories they receive. They're going to talk about them and all of that good stuff. So, April 22nd is another day to mark in your calendars, and the live that we do will be a part of that post. So, the live video on demand and the post that will probably be listing all of the stories and how you can go read them yourself will all be in that post. Whew. Was that a lot of news or what, guys? I feel like that was a lot. Let me take a breath here. Um, while I now pull up these stories for the week. Um, okay. Phew. Did you guys catch all that? Did you get it all? Did I do good? All right. So, thank you for everyone who's here. I feel like now that I know we're going to be on YouTube and I know that we're going to have a YouTube channel, I feel like I need to be less formal and try to be a little more conversational and informal, um, and kind of say hi to everyone in the room. We are doing this live, so if you're watching this on YouTube, you can, subscribe to Top and Fiction. You will get notified when we go live, and then you can, be in the room when it happens, or you can just watch the video on demand that will be posted later on today. Um, I don't really have a timetable on that because I have to wait for Substack to give me access to the video, download the video, and then upload it into YouTube and do all the things. So I can't say for sure, like, oh, it'll be up in the next hour. It might take a little bit more than that, especially because this live is, a little bit longer than usual. It's going on for, I think we've been on for about 20 minutes. So with that said, let's transition on to the moment you've all been waiting for, I'm sure, which is the Top and Fiction Weekly, Volume 2, Issue 12. All stories mentioned here have been written between March 15th to March 21st. Comic slash cartoon. The Unbelievable Truth by Mark Ricketts and Shane White of YUCK Travel Magazine. Poetry. In a Sentimental Mood, Mama with Me in the NICU, written by Ricardo José Romeu of Analog Stories. Breathe with Me, written by Matt Gerrity of Bluebird Fiction. Micro slash flash fiction, Sweetness and Memory, written by Camille of Camille. Short story, The Fate of Elmsleys, written by Jim Minns of Reality Dispatch. There's a Mouse in My Bed, written by Annieguile Bentulan of Through Words Beguiled, a Phantom Literary Press. A Gentle Rain, written by J.J. Walker of After Dusk. Leaving, Maybe, written by Terry A. Fries of Thin Air Fiction. Unalive on Air, written by M.P. Fitzgerald of Graphomania with M.P. Fitzgerald. The Missing Sleeve, written by Zachary San Martin of The Literary Ledger. Serial, The Drill Part 2, The Amazing Adventures of Tortoise and Gecko, Episode 12, written by Chris Lynch of The Amazing Adventures of Tortoise and Gecko. Again, thank you all so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a part of Top and Fiction, a part of the community, whether as it's as a reader or as a writer. We love having you here. Again, we have a YouTube channel now. Please subscribe. We have a Discord server. Please join. Um, we send out notifications if you're a writer when the submission form opens every Friday. You need to opt in to that. If you want to receive that notification, please do opt in to receive that. The ability to opt in is available in last week's issue. I put a whole step by step process on how to opt in. If you need that more, easily available, I can put it in the FAQs, and I think I might. Now that I'm saying it, I probably should. I will put in the FAQs how you can opt in to receive notifications. And that's it. Uh, we will be with you again next week. Yeah, MP, I agree. Like this hour, moving it for me was better as well. It allowed me to take my son to school, to come home, to relax, to eat breakfast, to finish my breakfast, and then to get set up and then to get on here. I think shifting it from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern for me was just the best. So I think this is the time slot we're going to keep for the foreseeable future. The only time it will likely change is when I do the monthly recaps because I'm trying to adhere to whoever the guest is. So if the guest can't do the time I want to come on, I'm just going to do it whenever they can do it. Um, but otherwise, and speaking of that, I want to also throw out a note that if you have a book that's being published and you're self publishing it, please reach out to me if you're self-publishing it in the year 2025, because I would love to have you on as a way for you to promote your book being self-published. And so I am trying to leave my monthly recaps open so that people can, if they want to, if they feel comfortable doing it, coming on the live with me to talk about their book, to share that it's, going to be available, that the link is available, the pre-order, all of that information on how to get in touch with me and what requirements you need in order to participate in that is somewhere. I can't think of where it is, but that's also something else that I will put in the FAQs. Every time I think of something that I feel you guys need to know regularly, I need to just pop it in the FAQs and say, go there, and that's where you can find the answer to that question. So thank you all for being here. I will see you next week, March 31st. If not, I will definitely see you this Friday, March 28th, for the Top in Fiction Sociable. I expect to see you all there. Don't miss it. Have a good rest of your Monday. Bye.